Well, hello, everybody. First off, let me thank you for joining me today. This is Sherry Malsky, the District General Manager for Wichita, Kansas. And I thought I'd take a moment of your time to walk you through some Kronos pieces. There are quite a few people coming on board right now, and we've made some adjustments to Kronos to better help with the workflow and aid you in better accurately recording your time. We also updated the policy, and so we do need you to be aware of the changes that do affect you daily. So before I get started in the Kronos video, I do want to take you into where to find the policy. We're going to come over here to block information inside DNA, and we're going to come over here to policies and procedures. And this is where you're going to find out all the policies and procedures for each block. However, the one I'm going to look at today is under payroll and compensation benefits. And I'm going to pull policy 302. Now, I am not going to read the entire policy today to you. I am encouraging you to locate it and read it to its fullest extent, but I am going to pull out some highlights to share. It is the policy of H&R Block to pay its associates all compensation they are entitled to receive in compliance with all federal, state, and local law. When an error occurs, the associate must immediately bring it to H&R Block's attention, and H&R Block will promptly make any corrections necessary. Under recording time, there is a particular couple of things I want to bring out. All work time must be recorded in H&R Block's Kronos time and attendance system. Associates are directly responsible for recording their time worked in Kronos in an accurate and timely manner. Associates should not work any time that is not authorized by the associate's manager. Although associates will be paid for any time worked, working time that is not authorized by the manager may result in corrective action up to and including termination of employment. As I said, there's plenty more there you need to be aware of to make sure you read this policy. Under review and approval of time, all hourly associates should review their time card in Kronos at the end of each biweekly pay period to ensure the time is accurate. Associates are responsible for ensuring all missed punches are submitted and approving their time card prior to 11:59 p.m. on Friday of the biweekly pay period end by following the process outlined in the Kronos job aid. Failure to approve an accurate time card will result in corrective action. In addition, managers of hourly associates should review and approve their associate time cards at the end of each biweekly pay period. All missed punches, time card corrections, and time card approvals must be completed by 5 p.m. Central Time on Saturday following the biweekly pay period end. Failure to approve missed punches or time cards will result in corrective action. And if you come down here to corrective action, there's a couple of things to point out here. Failure to clock in and out appropriately, to properly document changes or additional time worked, or otherwise adhere to H&R Block's timekeeping policies will result in corrective action up to and including termination of employment. Off-the-clock work or working without recording time will not be tolerated and will result in corrective action up to and including termination. And as you can see, we have a table in the policy that outlines the particular occurrences and the corrective action that will be taken on those occurrences. Now, this was not about getting all the negative out there. This is about you being aware that the policy has been updated and that part of our due diligence of working for H&R Block is to understand the policies that we are working towards. Now, on a different note, you need to know where the Kronos training is. So in DNA, under Applications, we're going to go to K for Kronos, and this is where the training and resources are located. So this is where you will find the tools you need to better understand the different steps that you need to take inside Kronos. We have this first piece right here. This is all about accountability for our timekeeping. So we have an FAQ that has some really great questions and answers concerning how to work Kronos, when to enter your missed punches, and how to approve your time card, as well as some FAQs for leadership on how to approve their associate time card. We have a job aid here for end of pay period on the manager side. We have the email we have sent out over the summer announcing the changes to the timekeeping system and the email sent to readers. So both of those are at your leisure to review. Under our associate training materials, we have the job aid, which walks you through pretty much everything you need to know on how to do Kronos. And then we have the job aid basically filtered down to some basic needs on how to work inside Kronos. And then we also have corporate California in job aids as well. There are two great videos you can watch. First one indicating on how to use the transfer button, making sure you get the appropriate office ID and the appropriate job code. I'll tell you that is the one of the most important things about Kronos is that it helps us accurately code your work daily to the appropriate office and, of course, the appropriate job code. So we do need you to follow that, and if you are struggling, we have a video for you. There are also times when we make bank deposits. So there is a video walking you through how to enter a time punch for bank deposits. For managers listening, we do have two sections for you dedicated to helping you in the Kronos world. And then down here we have reference materials everyone needs to be aware of. The first one here is the current period, time, and attendance exception log. If you are missing a complete time slice, this is the form you need to complete and send in to your manager. If you have any more questions about Kronos, we have an FAQ here, and hopefully you don't have to use it, but should the pay period already close and a time slice has not been added, we need a prior period adjustment form completed. So both of these forms are here. Also do know, if you come up to the search box, you can type in exception log or pay period end form, and it will help locate those forms for you. All right, so now that I've shown you that, let's go ahead and go into Kronos and walk you through some things. So right off the bat, I want to show you there has been a new feature. We have updated the look of the punch in and punch out. So you have the transfer on top, the punch in button, and the punch out button. Every time you punch in, you really should hit that transfer button to make sure that you are choosing the correct information. So it does say, did you check the transfer box? Yes, I did. Submit. Now we choose the office. And as you scroll over each office, you'll see the district that they're located in. You want to make sure that you're choosing the correct office to send your information, credit your information to. You also want to choose the correct job code. And if you hover over the job codes, you can actually see right there what that job code is related to. So it gives you a little more information so that you can better attach the right job code to the right job. Okay? So once you've done that, punch. You can see here by the green that I have punched in. Now, for some reason, if you're not convinced that I punched in, you can actually go and review it. So you can come over here and look at your time card. This is the HRB My Time Card function. And you can see your time card for the week. And I can verify I did punch in, I did use the code. I can also see I have a missed punch from Saturday the 22nd. And I can see the time and dates of the various work I've done for the last week, or the last 2 weeks of current pay period. Inside of here, pay code edits are used to record time not worked, such as vacation or sick time, those of you that have that available to you. There is a job aid to walk you through those steps to enter a pay code adjustment. What I want to walk you through is a missed punches submission. So you would close this tab and you would actually come over here and open up the time review. Now, from here, you can make this bigger if you need to, or you can keep it small. Just depends on what you like to work with better. The first step we need to do is come over here to this drop-down and choose Daily Approvals. And then we need to click on the red missed punch, which will generate this button, Fix Missing Punch. We will then click on Fix Missing Punch. The date should be appropriate to the date that I clicked on. Now we need to enter time. The biggest thing I want you to remember about your time is that you need to put in there AM or PM. If you don't, it defaults to AM, and that is not accurately recording your time. So we will enter in 10:00 AM. And then we need to enter a comment. What was the reason why we were unable to punch in or punch out? And so for this particular one, we just missed it. And so now we can hit submit. And you can see up here, punch is submitted, days to approve, so far 1. That means it has sent it over to your manager's side for them to approve that missing punch. Okay? Now, on a side note, the punch will not appear on your time card until it has been approved by your manager. I also want to restate here that associates must submit all missed punches to their leaders by 11:59 on the Friday that ends that pay period. On a side note from a manager, please don't wait that late in the evening to submit them. We want to do everything we can to help you have an accurate time card, so the earlier you submit your missed punches, the better it will be for your time card. So let's also talk about another feature we need to do. At the end of the pay period by 11:59, you need to approve your time cards. And so that is actually done in the same area, time review. And from here, you're going to come over here to this drop down. And since we are doing it in the pay period before 11:59 as we are directed, we choose current pay period. And we review these time punches to make sure they're accurate. Now the reality is, since this has a missed punch, you would not want to approve this time card until you get that corrected, which is another reason why you would want to submit your missed punches as soon as possible. So from here, you decide, am I going to approve or reject? And when you hit the approve or reject button, you're going to have the statement that says, I certify I've recorded all my time work and that each day my time entries is accurate. Then you would submit or cancel. I will not be approving this time card, as I do not want to disturb this associate's information. But I do want to tell you this. Occasionally you're going to get a totalization error. This is an error that appears at the top of the screen. It'll have a nice little box over above the current pay period drop-down. The message you are seeing is simply a timing issue in Kronos. You will see that your time card has approved by seeing approved next to the drop-down where it says current pay period. So basically, even though you'll get this message here that says time card is not totalized, please wait and press refresh, you will still see approved next to the drop-down, okay? And this just a timing issue, okay? But do rest assured, if you see approved here, your time card has done what it needs to do. Now, as a reminder, associates must approve their time cards by 11:59 p.m. on Friday that ends the pay period. Okay. So just want to show you a couple of other new features that are really great about this. When you look over here at HRB My Time Card, we've added a new feature that makes it pretty neat for you. And you can go and view your time card using any range of dates. So we got right now on current pay period, or you could change date if you'd like to see different dates of your pay time card. Then you would hit this print time card button. Give it just a minute, and now you may print your time card. Just thought that was a cool new feature that some may be wishing to use. All right. So the last thing I want to show you is a bank run. And so that is also another video dedicated to you, but it's a pretty interesting thing. When you do a bank run, you do want to make sure that you are using the time codes correctly. So I am already on the clock, but I'm on the clock under a job code for admin or tax prep. And now it's time for me to make a bank run. So I would hit this transfer, and I would hit this punch in button. Yes, I meant to hit the transfer button, submit. I would choose my appropriate office again, but then I need to change it over to the job code associated with the bank run, and that is 359004. And now I will hit punch. That is actually a very important trick you need to know too, such as maybe you're in the tax office and you're working under the pre-season code, but you need to spend the next hour under district general manager's direction on a training thing. So instead of punching out and then waiting for a minute to punch back in, you actually could just do that transfer punch in, and it has clocked you out and clocked you back in. And that's what I want to show you. So as you can see, I clocked in at 11:06 to start this recording. At 11:14, I hit the transfer punch in a button again, and that actually clocked me out and clocked me back in. And so it is a great tool to use if you need to switch from one job code to another based off your manager's direction, and allows you to accurately record your time without missing a minute. Now, when you return from that bank run, you, of course, need to either punch out and go home or do another transfer, punch in to get your job code and office code accurately recorded. We are just going to punch out for the day. Let's say you did that bank run. This is where that video comes in real handy. You do that bank run at night. You would do the same procedure. You would do a transfer punch in, choose your job code and appropriate office, and hit punch. And then tomorrow when you return to the office, you would need to enter a missed punch approval so that you can get the accurate time recorded to when the bank run ended. All right. So I have shown you where the policy is today. I have shown you where the training is located. I have demonstrated the punch-in, punch-out activities. I have demonstrated the missed punch approval activities, and I have demonstrated the print time card activities. I do hope all of this helps you better be accountable to your time, and happy hunting, keeping all of your time in order. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your DGM or office managers. They will be utilizing the FAQ as well. Thank you. Have a great afternoon, great day.